Okay, guys, we are on live. Welcome to all. Jigari, today we have a class. What I would really appreciate. It's very hard to look at these screens when they're all closed. Jigari, me, I don't care. If you guys can just open it if you want. If you really feel uncomfortable, you don't have to do it. I know this gets recorded, but it's like looking at, what do you call it, Jigari? Like a wall. At least I can see, who's listening, who's not listening. I'm not asking you guys for money. Jigari, tell them, Jigari. Okay.
Rabbi, they know who my number one financier is, Rabbi. They know.
Okay, Rabotai, today I want to speak about this first before I say any halakha, Jigarik. Today we have a very serious topic. I think more serious than anything I've spoken up to now. And we'll see how it goes. What we're about to speak today about is how careful one has to be about other people's feelings. You with me, Jigarik? How careful we have to be about other people's feelings. But you know what I want? You know who I want to dedicate this class to? Who do you think, Jigarik? No, not you, Jigarik. No.
My wife.
Oh,
I knew he was going to say that.
You should have said that just now. You should have said it. I want to dedicate this class to the woman alone.
Wow.
This class applies to men and women and children and anyone in the world. But you know something? I deal with a lot of couples where unfortunately women, they don't know today how to restrain their mouth. How to put a muzzle and just... Yo, Elon, I'm telling you right now, he ain't coming back tomorrow. I'm telling you right now. Gigatik's not coming back tomorrow. He doesn't like what I just said. He's like...
He's going to say, babe, I dedicated the class to you.
Gigatik, and I'll tell you what. Listen, Gigatik, listen. I want to, again, this applies to me as much as it applies to anybody else. But you know something? In my humble opinion, for what my eyes see, you have couples that come into my basement and you see the husband, the poor guy, sits like this, like a nebuch, and she's, she takes AK-49 and just shoots bullets. He doesn't do this, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do this, blah, 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 blah. I look at that guy, if he had an opportunity, he would bury himself alive. Come on, take it easy for 1 minute, take it easy. Give him a breather. What, he doesn't do nothing in the house? Like, honestly, you have to understand, Jigarik, I'm not here to make people love me right now, you hear? One rabbi said it the best. You go to the rabbi, when you have Shalom Bayit, Jigarik, you don't have the Baruch Hashem. But when you go to Shalom Bayit, correct? What does the rabbi say? Your wife is right. Listen to her. Your wife is right. Your wife, you know what one real rabbi said? Why nobody's going to say the husband is ever right? Why nobody's ever going to...
that.
What?
I was going to tell you that. How come nobody's ever taking
I don't know. You ask them. Why nobody says to the woman, listen what the rabbi said, Jigari, what is he reading there? I don't know. You got to stop. Why nobody tells the woman to be careful how they speak? Again, I said it before, I'll say it again. Applies to everybody. But we see today it's more with women. The Gemara says that women were given 9 speeches. They like to talk. But they got to be very careful. So when I said this one time, when one guy told me, Jigarik, she's a mirror image of you. So if you're not behaving right in the ways of Hashem, she's going to, attack you. She's going to be... I know what the Torah... You don't got to tell me that. It's like Hitler said, Hashem made me a messenger to take away the Jewish people. Even though Hashem sent them down to fix the men, it doesn't give them the right to go ahead and bury the men. You understand? Well, try to help the guy, but do it politely. Ben, you want to hear something funny, Ben? I hope he never listens to this lecture, because if he does, he's going to call me tomorrow. I get phone calls after these lectures. You guys just don't know. One guy told me he's less than a year into marriage. I don't know if I should say it. He's less than a year into marriage. Where's Elon? Elon knows. He's less than a year into marriage. He says, Rabbi, I wish I would have been sitting in Rikers Island right now. Instead of being married to her, I wish I would have been in Rikers Island. Can you imagine that? What did she do to him that he wants to be in Rikers Island? Can you tell me?
Wow, holy shit.
Come on. Men want to give up. They can't. How much can they do? I don't want to tell you other stories personally that I know where men have committed suicide. How much can they take? Tell me, how much? You want me to start mentioning names? How much
Doesn't that have to do a
abuse?
lot with the man?
Huh?
Rob, I feel like any woman will try to take control and advantage of the man. It really depends on the man about how.
Yo, Elon, you're gonna have to help me.
It's
Elon, this guy, I'm telling you, he's so. You got it, please. You got it. Can you be? Forget about being professional right now. Can we be a little bit more brutal, honest? You got it.
The man has to put it down, Rabbi. That's what he has to do. You know what I mean? Doesn't he like set the law, set the standard? That's it. Don't cross this line. That's it. Period. No.
Rabbis don't allow it. They say you have to be quiet.
Ruben has a very good point.
We have to be quiet. I get we have to be
I'm
quiet.
not telling you, Ben. I'm not telling you.
By example, pray to God and she's going to become better. That's
Ben, you're right. I'm not telling you that you have to answer back. I didn't tell you to fight with her. Did I say that? I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to. And the woman's part, they got to be a little bit more calm. You know, you listen. Your father's sitting there. Why are you attacking me? Your in-laws are there. You know, you have people. Use your head a little bit. No, you have a head. No, use it. Do it. You know, when nobody sees. But why in front of everybody?
Because they know they can get away with it. I think that's the issue, right?
Karash, Elon, you can come off. Elon, you're not helping anything now. Elon, you can come off.
Bro, they just want to see how far they can push.
Right. They know they can get away with it, but the moment they realize they can't, it's.
As to Ruben's point, you got to stop it in its tracks.
Right.
And as for the guy who wants to go to Rikers, why he want him to go to Rikers? Maybe he's into men, Rabbi, because I don't know why he would choose Rikers.
He said it is better to be in Rikers Island in jail, sitting and serving jail, than to put up with her nonsense. You understand?
So why doesn't he leave her?
Huh?
Murder? If the guy is so miserable, why, life's too short. Tell him to
Mark, I had a guy say, if you remember when October 7th happened and all the people were getting drafted into Israel to go fight against the war, against the Hamas, I had one guy tell me, he's like, Rabbi, I'm ready to go fight the war. I said, why would you do such a thing? You have children. He says, whatever I have to do not to be next to my wife, I don't have to put up with her. I'm just being honest about that. Again, I'm not saying everybody's like that. Jigari, yeah, I love Jigari. No, he has a perfect life. Jigari, you know something? From now on, you give the class.
We're almost there, Rabbi. We're almost there.
Okay. Now, let me be a little bit more honest. Let me tell you what the Torah says, Jigari, and then you guys are going to understand where I'm coming from. Because this is a very, very big problem. 99.999% of the divorce that happens today amongst us is, listen, I'm not going to say it's only because the wife, because it takes two to tango. I agree. But majority is because of the way women speak. If women were able to calm them, just refine, okay, you can say whatever you want, but refine the way you speak. Be a little bit more, careful. I'm telling you, you would have less, you have half of the divorce you wouldn't have. Look what
Rabbi, isn't that the nature of women? Like, they don't really think, right? They don't really stand for
not
their
every
word,
woman.
Right, not every woman, but like most women, they don't really stand by their word. It's like, oh, but you gave me your word. Oh, wow, like some women, I don't know.
So let's do this. You got it. If you want to say that's the nature of women, I want to ask Arthur for a second. Arthur, if you don't mind going off mute, I want to ask you, Arthur, when it comes to other women in the street, correct? Do they ever yell at you, Jigarik? When you, Jigarik, meet a girl, correct? Do they ever yell at you?
Right.
She smiles at you. How are you? Thank you. You look so handsome. You came into my life. I don't know how. I'm so lucky to have you in my life. A strange woman, I know what goes on, Jigarik. You know what happened to your wife? She's not lucky to have you in her life. What happened? Because these women that don't have good men, they want good men. Women that have good men, they don't understand what it means to have good men until they get somebody who's abusive. It's a very big problem. I want to read for you. Well, look what it says. Let me read for you what it says. This thing is the killer. I'm telling you. What I'm about to read for you today is from the Torah. It's not my words. From Chumash Shemot, Parsha Mishpatim, chapter 21. You can look it up. Chapter 22, verse 21 and 22. Listen to what it says. Kol almana v'yatom lo ta'anun. Every widow and an orphan, you're not allowed to cause them pain. Listen carefully. Im ane ta'ane oto, if you're going to cause him pain, we're going to see what do you mean if you're going to cause him pain. What does that mean? You're speaking about a widow and an orphan, correct? Is it him or is it them, plural? So we're gonna see that. Why? Why you have to be careful that you shouldn't afflict them? Ki im tzoak itzak alai, because Hashem says, if they're gonna scream to me, shamoa eshma tzakato, I'm gonna hear their scream. V'chara api. That's in verse 23. I'm gonna get angry. V'harakti etchem b'charev. I'm gonna kill you guys, the men that caused the suffering to an orphan and a widow. I'm gonna kill you with a sword. Listen what the punishment is, measure for measure. V'hayu neshechem almanot u'benechem yutomim. Your wives are gonna become widows and your children are gonna become orphans. Woo! For what, you got it? For causing somebody pain? Nah, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. What, you got it? Because if a widow comes and says, Jagadik, I need your help. Or an orphan says, Rabbi, please pay for our tuition. And we can help them and we cause them pain. What, that's the punishment? Doesn't make sense. It does make sense. You know why, Jagadik? Because we don't understand what it means, a person's feelings. So you know what you might ask me right now? Oh, maybe this is only for an almanah, a widow, and an orphan. You know what Rashi says? I'm going to read for you Rashi. It's going to blow your mind. Rashi says, Hu hadin l'chol adam. This law applies for every single person. This law of afflicting anyone, even with the words alone, applies to any person, not only an almanah or a widow or a orphan. So why did the Torah bring them down? Rashi says because they're the most, how would you say they're the most...
Inflicted.
Sensitive.
I don't want to use the word sensitive. They don't have power.
Vulnerable.
Thank you so much. They're the most vulnerable. People will make fun of them. You understand? People can look down upon them. That's what the Torah really goes with the almanah and the yatom. But really, it goes for anybody. It goes for anybody, Jigari. Now listen to this. Like I said earlier, it applies to men, women, children. I don't care who you are. You're never allowed to cause another person discomfort, pain. You got to be careful. Now, let me ask you a question. Who is the, it says, if you're going to go out and you're going to torture him, well, who's the him? If we're speaking about it right now, according to Rashi, everybody, or like the Torah says, a widow and an orphan, who's the him? You ready for this, Shigarik? Do you know why Hashem takes such retribution? I'm going to blow your mind away, Jiggy. After today, you're free, Shigarik. You know why? You know,
Rabbi, why are you breathing heavy like you came out of a boxing match?
Because I did. Because you don't understand, Elon, you don't understand how many people, how many couples I see that suffer because of the sickness of where women are not able to keep their mouths quiet. And then you hear the rabbi says, your wife is right. Why is my wife right? What does she do that she's right? What is she right about? What is she right about? Now she's right. Why is she right? Baba, my sister.
But you told us yourself, Rabbi. You said there was a time you go, you don't talk.
I didn't tell you to
Whatever
fight, but I'm saying who gave her the permission?
Well, you're gonna sit there. You want to fight fire with fire? What are you gonna get out of that?
You're beautiful, but you're saying good, Elon. But who told you they have the right to speak down on a husband like that, Elon? What are you, a dog to her,
Man,
or you're her husband?
Beyonce, bro, they became independent, son.
So why don't they have lectures for women like that to kind of educate them how they really should treat the husband?
You're saying very good, Arthur. The one who can do this is only Reuven Isgelov, right here on the screen.
Yeah.
He's the only guy I can teach him. Yeah, I cannot do it. I want to speak to women.
Him and his wife, they should go on tour.
Yeah. Reuven, Arthur, the last time I gave a lecture to women, I got married. That was when I was.
The reason why you can't do it, Robin.
No, I don't do it because I personally do not want to look at women and teach them Torah. You know, because women do come dressed in certain ways. Again, you know, it says you shouldn't go after your eyes, you shouldn't go after your heart. So there's a reason, yes.
I think,
With that being said, Rabbi, a lot of them don't know the halachot nida.
Okay, Aaron, I see that you always speak about Nida. We're going to B'li Neder when they do it. One day, B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to do it B'li Neder. But I just want to focus on today's topic, okay? So can I tell you who's the Otojigari? Do you know why Hashem takes such severe measurements to punish a person when you torture somebody? Do you know why? You know why? You ready for this? Jigari, I want you to listen to this. I want you to remember this. Listen, When it says im ane ta'ane oto, you know who's the him? You know what Hashem says? When you go ahead and you afflict another Jew, you're afflicting me. This is my children. When you're afflicting me, I'm going to show you how to work with me. You understand? The oto is not going back on the widow and the orphan. When you afflict the orphan and the almanah, he says you're really afflicting oto, him. You're afflicting HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's why Hashem takes great pain to make sure that he's going to kill these people and leave them also without chas v'shalom husbands and without fathers. Do you understand what's going on over here? Now I want to just share with you to what extent the severity of hurting somebody else with words goes. You guys know the story with Hannah and Penina? Okay.
No.
Hannah and Penina were two women. Penina had 10 children, correct? She had 10 children. Hannah, they say she had 7 children. Really, Hannah had 5 children. But I'm going to explain to you how she got 7. Why the Torah says she really has 7. Penina had 10 children. When Penina had children, you know what she used to tell Hannah? She used to go out and she used to provoke Hannah. She would basically say, oh, I got another child. I got another child. She used to provoke her so she can, she wanted to really, what do you call it? She wanted
envy.
Inflict pain.
She didn't want to envy. She didn't want to inflict pain. She wanted
indirectly.
Right. She wanted Hannah to pray to Hashem that he should bless her with children. You got to go. You with me or not?
Yeah.
So she was causing pain to Hannah. So you know what happened? Eventually, what happened when Hannah eventually cried out, for every child that Hannah had, Penina lost 2. They both died, Jigarik. Both.
Wait, hold on. Although her intent was...
Yes, this is what I want to show you. And this is the Torah. I don't care who you are, which rabbi is going to tell you it's okay, that woman can't, she's not right. Or nor are we right. We're never allowed to speak down one against another. We can't, you got it. This is the Torah. Even if you have good intentions. You got to be careful with your children, with your employers, your investors, you got it.
Rabbi John,
listen. For every child that Hannah had, Penina lost 2. Hannah had a second child, she lost another 2. By now, she lost 4 children. The rabbis of blessed memory asked, what? Penina doesn't see what she did wrong. Go apologize. You see your children are dying back to back. They learn from here, look how hard it's for a person to say, I'm wrong. You see, look how hard. Even if your children are dying, chas v'shalom. When she had the 3rd child, another 2 pairs of children died. So that's already 6. The 4th child, 2 more children. It's 8 children Penina lost. 8 children. When Hannah was pregnant with the 5th child, Rashi says in Shmuel Aleph, she came down, she prostrated herself, she bowed down before Hannah. She says, I beg you, daven for my other 2 kids that are left, that they shouldn't die. I'm sorry for what I did now. She started admitting. So you know what they said? So Hashem kept those 2 children alive, but they're alive only because of Hannah. So really Hannah had 5 children, but those other 2 that survived on her behalf is really also belonging to her. So really she has 7 children. But what do I want to show you here, Jigarik? Look how careful we have to be with another person's feelings. Or I'll give you a better example. Say it again.
Even when your intent is a good one.
Correct. Look, Rabotai, how many times do you have a husband that walks into the house, correct? The house is dirty, or the food is not ready, or something. There's always something when you walk into the house. What is the first thing the husband tells his wife? Can you tell me? Again, it's dirty. The food is not ready. Why is it cold? What are you doing? Who gave you permission? Show me where the Torah that it says you're allowed to speak down to your wife. Do you know what she goes through every single day? Today, our woman became superwoman. Cook, clean, take care of the kids. What?
Go ahead, Rabbi, sir.
Okay. You understand what's going on over here, Jigari? We see from over here the importance of being careful about other people's feelings. Not to hurt anybody's feelings. We got to do our best on our part to make sure that they don't get hurt. Because if they do get hurt, look what the Torah teaches us. Look at how Hashem can take retribution. Why do we need it? Why do we need it? And this is, Jagadik, this is where I want to say, if I can take the liberty to say it, where Baruch Hashem today, Ben Adam Lemalkum, when it comes serving Hashem, everybody's serving God. But when it comes Ben Adam Lechaver, when it comes a fellow between another Jew, where's the Derech Eretz? Where's the Derech Eretz, Jagadik? We put on tefillin, we daven, we learn Torah, we do mitzvot, we give tzedakah. But where's the respect for another Jew? Where, Jagadik? You know, in the synagogues, when they take out the Sefer Torah on Shabbat, when there's a lot of people, you have people from the end over there, they start running, pushing everybody like as if it's tackle football, just because they want to kiss the Torah. Who told you have to kiss it like that? Stand over there, kiss it from there. You could do what you can only do, or come calmly. So that's what about that. We have to be very careful. But you know what I learned from here even more, Jagadik? I learned from here that something similar to, if you remember what Ben was speaking about with the Balatanya, that even when a person chas v'sholom does something not right, if you're not allowed to hurt another person's feelings, how much more so you have to be careful with your own feelings. Don't speak down on yourself also. Be careful how you speak to yourself. Yes, everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. But it doesn't mean you have to beat yourself up. You understand? You are also a human being. The more you bring yourself down, the harder it's going to be for you to get back up. If you start looking at the things that you have accomplished, it'll be much easier. And instead of looking at what you haven't accomplished. You know Rabbi Wallerstein, or I think it was Rabbi Wallerstein, that's all. You know what he said? He said, what's a good batting average? Can you tell me? I don't know baseball, I don't know, but what's a good batting average? Anybody?
I know Greg is on the ball.
What?
Greg is good at baseball.
350.
350.
Yeah.
Aaron, let me ask you a question. When you say 350, that's out of if you have to bat 10 times, how many times do they have to miss?
6.5.
Now I'm just saying in general, let's say 10 times batting. If he went up 10 times and he only hit 3 bats, is that a good batting average?
It's considered
30%.
So that's good, right? That's like around 350, no? So you know what Rabbi Wallerstein says? Why is that considered good batting average? You missed 7 times because you don't look at what you missed. You don't look at what you messed up. You look at what you have accomplished. When you look at what you have accomplished, you're able to look at the situation much better. You understand? Why am I saying this? This is very important. I want to ask you a question, Garik. I mean, this is how I do it. I mean, you want, you can follow. You don't want, you don't have to follow. When I walk into the house, correct? The food might not be ready. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. The house might, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. But you know what I say to myself? How many times is she always there for me? How many times is she doing this? You have to look at the positive. Not at what she doesn't do. I mean, that she does. And not only that, you know a lot of times what it is, Shigarik? Women get tired. Women are very tired. After working, taking care of kids, try being with your children one day, one Sunday, you lose your mind. You will lose your mind, Shigarik. You know what kind of ability, what kind of gift they have to be able to take care of children? But they work, they take care of children, they make you food, they clean the house. And we come home and we have the audacity to chas v'shalom make them feel more like garbage? Who gave us permission, Jigari? Who gave us permission? You want to tell? Nobody. So why are we speaking down on them? Look at what she does. She went to work. You know, she got up early. She got your kids dressed. You know, Jigari, there was a point, you know, when the kids were small, you know, you have to take them to school, you have to get them dressed. You know, it takes a large quantity of the day, from your day. If you have to right now take your kids, dress them, put them to the bathroom, make them food, you won't be able to daven. You'll be at work 10 o'clock for all I care. Look, she takes that away. Somehow she does it 1, 2, 3, Chigari. So we have to start looking at the positive. When you start looking at the positive, you won't speak negative. You understand?
So, Rabbi, to your earlier point, you're right, as you're giving the benefit of the doubt, the whole nine, because we learned that, right? We walk into the house and we learned a couple of days ago that this is how we need to act and what have you. But the challenge that I think most men have in any community is that we learn this, but the women don't. So I feel like we have to, you know, as a community, put a little bit more effort in
100%.
Educating.
You're right. We have to do like a seminary. I agree with you. You are right.
Because they need to give us the benefit of the doubt as well.
Also, correct. So can I tell you something? I'm just going to tell you something. You know, if I'm sitting, I'm just gonna tell you if I'm sitting with my wife, I'm not gonna start. I don't need this. I don't like it. Whatever. But if I see that something's not going the right way, where it happens, it happens. You know what I start saying? I say, babe, listen. It says in the Torah, Tzar Balei you're not allowed to cause pain to a dog. If you can't cause pain to a dog, who gave you permission to cause pain to me? I'm just saying, do what you have to do. I'm just giving you my, I'm just teaching. But that's the truth. Again, we have to be very careful. If you tell them the halacha, if you explain to them that this is not allowed to be done, nicely, calmly, believe me, they're going to understand. Believe me, they're going to understand. But you know when they're going to learn, you know when they're going to start really understanding? When you start showing that you have interest in them. When you stop complaining on them, you will see how they're going to start complimenting you. You understand, Jiggy? Does anybody have any questions on this?
I'm about to go into my house, Rabbi.
Yeah, good luck. Go ahead, Elon. Good. Just don't take off the camera. Good.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? I just want to bring down one more halakha and we will conclude with this. I know it's already late.
Go for it, Rabbi.
Yeah, you guys are good? Everybody's good? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Rabotai, there is a halakha when it comes to davening Shemona Esrei, with what clothing are you allowed to daven the 18 prayer blessing with? Can you daven Shemona Esrei with pajamas, or with shorts, or with Crocs, or with a t-shirt? Yes, you guys are with me?
Yeah.
So what is the answer? Go ahead.
Doesn't our previous say that it all depends on where you are?
Correct. Beautiful. Yes, Aaron. Very nice, Aaron. Very good. So what Aaron is saying is like this, that if you're going to stand like that in front of an honorable person, then you're allowed to daven like that Shemona Esrei. But if you're not going to stand like that in front of an honorable person, let's say you have a meeting, you got it, correct? How do you go to a meeting? I know how you go to a meeting, you got it. Sharp. No, right?
Well dressed. Yeah, well dressed.
That means for Shemona Esrei, you wouldn't be allowed to even wear sweatpants. On your level. You understand? So it really goes per person. If you know, in Israel, I was shocked when I went to Israel, with my wife. I saw people over there coming to weddings, Shigarik, in jeans. You know what means jeans? Yeah. Jeans. Shorts, they're ripped up. So if these people don't really they don't mind standing like that in front of great rabbis or great people, they would be allowed to daven with shorts and jeans, whatever. Why? Because they do it. You see, they do it. You understand? So then it's really dependent on everybody's level. If you're that type of person that, you just go, even if you have to meet somebody important right now, you're going to go with sweatpants? Good, you could daven Shemona Esrei. You're going to go with Crocs? Good, you could daven Shemona Esrei. But if you're that type of person that's always refined, look sharp, then we're going to tell you you're not allowed to daven. You have to make sure that you don't make these people more honorable than Hashem. You understand? And that's what we do when we don't dress for Shemona Esrei the proper way. For the business meeting, we dress the best suits. For Hashem, we dress like, it's Hashem. Big deal. He understands. No. Hashem is more important than people. Okay, Rabotai, if you guys have any questions, I will take it. If not, we will leave over here. Jigarik.
Thank you, Rabbi John.
Thank you. Have a great day.
No problem. I'll see you guys.
Thank you, Rabbi.
I'll see you guys. Nice to see all of you. I'll see you guys. Rosh Chodesh Tov Mubarak. Yes. Ben, I'll see you. I'll see you, Jiggy. Bye, guys. Bye, Rob.